What's up, everyone? This is Christian Duke from ProgressiveActivist.com. Just got back from Frankfurt, had a phenomenal day. The Progressive Lunch was a huge success. The speeches at KSU were truly inspiring, and also got to have dinner with some great friends. So let me tell you about my day because you all want to hear about it, right? All right, well, first and foremost, I want to thank Mary Nishimuda for hosting this great event at Kentucky's Coffee Tree Cafe in Frankfurt. Excellent curbside appeal. Phenomenal customer service. Kitty, you rock. Those scones were amazing. I ate 2 of them. Can you believe with this chiseled physique, I ate 2 scones? They were really good. So let's talk about the meeting. We had a little bump in the road at first. As you guys know, we have a 0 recording policy. We all agreed to turn in our cell phones. We had somebody that didn't want to turn it in. We had Jim Gray in the building. We lost a little bit of time for the presentation, but in the end, we were all on the same page and we moved forward. We were all seated. There was 4 rows and some folks sitting outside. I was sitting outside with Craig Astor outside a little square. We had our own room all to ourselves on the second floor. It was phenomenal. Jim Gray walked in. We had a chair for him. Instead of sitting in the chair, he sat in front of us on a table. You could see he was really laid back, really chill, and he gave very direct answers. We had 3 questions that we submitted to the Jim Gray campaign last Friday. They were all voted on all of our groups on Facebook. Scott asked 1, Connie asked 1, and John asked 1. Jim stayed on track, gave us direct answers. The first question that I really liked was on the TPP, and Jim immediately said, I'm against it. Then we asked him about universal health care. He's like, well, that one isn't so simple. So we explained his position. We were real happy with that. He also said that he would never put the environment in the back seat in Kentucky. He was opposed to pipelines in Kentucky. He would never vote against the environment. That was good. He also said to Scott about the coal miners pension fund, a great answer on that. We talked about fracking. We also talked about the livable wage. He said Lexington has the highest minimum wage in the state. It's a 3-year program. He wants to see where that goes, but he's open to the $15 an hour, which is all we really wanted, so that he's open. And by coming to the Progressive Lunch, he really showed that he wanted to hear what we had to say. Overall, I was very, very impressed. I feel like everyone in the Commonwealth was represented. Northern Kentucky, Western Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky. I was just, thoroughly impressed. We had Evan was there, Celis was there, Jeff Young was there, Gary Yaris was there, Chris was there, Meredith was there, Christy was there, Charlie DeLacy, Colin Morris, Craig Astor, Aaron was there. It was really, honestly, so powerful. Constance was there. Mary was there. People came from basically every part of Kentucky. All 6 congressional districts were represented. It was really powerful, guys. Really, really powerful. And Jim showed us a lot of respect. And of course, we showed that back. Kyle was instrumental. Kyle has been amazing this whole process. Evan has been amazing this whole process. Scott has been amazing this whole process. I mean, honestly, it was truly, truly a team effort. And the conference calls, the computer work, the logistics. I mean, just really, honestly, a true progressive team effort. After the meeting, we had another meeting, and after that meeting, many of us went to KSU, and we heard Jo Kemper and Jim Gray give speeches and take questions, and they were both phenomenal. Jo Kemper is seriously the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, she is amazing. She believes in social and racial justice. She believes in bringing prosperity back to Kentucky. She's a minister. She is an advocate. She is a tireless champion for workers. And I was just so impressed by her. In fact, we did an interview, and I'm going to try to have that interview out tonight. Tomorrow, I will have interviews out with Scott Sykes, Charlie DeLacy, and Colin Morris. So 4 interviews out in the next 24 hours. One thing about the KSU speeches that I really liked, though, is an interviewer asked Jim Gray, do you believe in wiping out student debt? There's people with just monstrous student debt, and if the big banks get their debts cleared, will you, or even standalone, would you wipe out student debt? And Jim said that he believed in refinancing. He believed in fair payments. He believed that essentially these debts shouldn't shackle people, but he did not believe in wiping it out. And the interviewer was frustrated, and I think she asked a question about 4 or 5 times afterwards in different phrasing and different tone. And at KSU, there was probably between 100 or 200 people, and you could tell each time she asked a question, more and more eyes were glued on Jim Gray. And it started to get a little awkward. But you know what? Jim Gray didn't flip-flop. Jim Gray did not answer the question the way the interviewer wanted. He did not tell the people what they wanted to hear. Jim Gray is not the typical politician that will tell you what you want to hear, get elected, and then do the complete opposite. Jim Gray is a trustworthy candidate. If anything else alone, just that would make me vote for him. Because what he will tell 24 progressives in a closed-door meeting is the exact same thing he'll tell 200 people at KSU. What he says in Frankfurt is what he says in Louisville and Covington and Paducah and Owensboro. That alone is huge. But there's more. 1 month out, he meets with progressives for the first time ever. This has never happened before. And every office is important. But he's the Democratic nominee for United States Senate, and he met with us 1 month from the election. Jim Gray has shown the progressive movement of Kentucky enormous respect. I endorsed him immediately after the lunch, and I hope you will consider him as your candidate for United States Senate. Thank you.